Hello everyone, welcome to our Medieval Survival Guide. If you are new to Oxbow, you might be wondering where you can get your hands on some new villagers, because I know when I first loaded in and I was looking to, start bringing workers to the village, it took me like a hot moment to be like, okay, where did they go? Because they're not inside villages like they are in the valley map. They're a little bit different. So we're going to go over that today. We're heading over to Piastovia right now, just to kind of start this off. It happens to be like one of the villages closest to me, so we'll just quick go over there just to kind of, so you can kind of see like what the new spawn locations are for these guys. Thankfully, while they don't spawn inside the village, they don't spawn too far away either, so you just kind of have to keep an eye out for their little people symbols up on your like little UI header up top there. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to miss them. Oh my, look, an overturned cart. I'll have to grab these on the way home, I think. That's some free items I'll happily take. And so they spawn basically outside of villages in like little encampments that are kind of cute, to be honest. So it's kind of like in a way it makes sense too, because it's like, villagers, medieval times, right? Everybody's a little like stranger danger. You bringing plague, into the village. So they, set them up outside the village just because it's like a little bit safer that way. They don't know these people, right? So that's where you'll find them, is outside the village. Now, where they are outside the village, that kind of depends on the town itself. So, Piastovia, they kind of have them a little bit down a little bit, to be honest. Like, you have to, like, go down the bridge and then pass, like, this outward part of the village here to get to the actual encampment. Others, like, I think, where's the one in, Astoria there, like they're kind of like significantly far from like the main hub of the village, I would say. So you kind of have to like do a big circle around the town to find them. But here, for example, is a villager, or a potential villager anyway, a refugee, whatever you want to call them, encampment. This is what it looks like. They have like these cute little tents, and they're all sitting around the fire. Now, the interesting thing about this is that normally on the valley map, you only have like a handful that show up. Like sometimes you only get 2, sometimes you only get 1, and I've never really seen it beyond 4. Over here on Oxbow, you could actually get sometimes up to like 6 at least villagers and 1 encampment, which is great when you're trying to find like a specific villager, because that just increases the odds of finding them, if not in that village, and and maybe in another one, because more villagers on the map and all that. So that's kind of a thing to look for. I tend to find that Piastovia, and this isn't always the case, but like for me, I've come to find that like they always tend to have the most. Like if there's going to be 6 villagers, it's usually in the encampment outside Piastovia. Not always the case, obviously. You can certainly find 6 villagers like in Astoria or something, for example, too. But whenever I've been on the hunt for villagers, I don't know if it's just my luck or whatever, but I always tend to find like the most always spawn just outside of Piastovia in this encampment. So I would say, depending on obviously where your village is, maybe if you're close to Piastovia, maybe start your search there, and then if you're looking for a specific villager, and then you can kind of start hitting up all these other towns if you don't find what you need there. That would be my advice. But obviously, if you are closer to another village, it just makes sense to go to that village first instead. So that's about it. If you're struggling on how to, where to find villagers, they are there. They exist. They're just not inside villages anymore. You just kind of have to travel out a little bit and just look for the, if you look, like, I'm just trying to kind of get in a place we can very easily see it, the little people symbols at the top there, in the middle. Look for those, and you'll be able to find the encampment, no problem. So hopefully you found that a little bit more helpful. I know this is just Piastovia's example. But the other villages are very much the same, where they have like these little campsites just outside of the town's walls, and that is where you can invite them. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.